Do I normally kick off the show with a hilarious and clever monologue? Am I willing to skip that monologue when I want to spend more time with a very special guest? Do I speak perfectly flawless and fluent Spanish? Puedes apostar tu trasero a que sí. Todo eso y más hoy en el programa número 2. Today I have a very special guest, and I want to get right to it. He is, and I believe this is true, the best Spanish announcer in Major League Baseball. And now, starting in right stall for the St. Louis Cardinals, Mr. Polo Ascencio.
Ta-da! Good thing you said my name and you announced me because I was about to, let it go, but now I can hold it.
Okay,
What's up, Rafe? What's going on that side?
Not much, man. What's up with you? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a guest on the show.
Thanks for the invite because I had a very heavy breakfast this morning, so now I can do the show and do my business while we talk. So,
well, you know what? Multitasking is part of a productive man's life.
Yes, it is. Wait, who wrote this? No nuts, no glory.
That would be me. Yes.
So you have
every good glory hole has to be big enough to get your nuts through. That's my personal belief. Can't just be a penis. It's got to be the whole package, you know?
You must have really small nuts. But
well, the hole's not big enough. That's what I'm upset about. It's big enough for my wang, but my nuts are gigantic. So it's like I want a big oval-shaped hole.
Let's go.
We all know that you're great at what you do. Can you tell us, how did you get your start in broadcasting? Because you told me you started out as a custodian.
Dude.
So walk me through how you got your start in broadcasting.
As a custodian. I was a custodian when I was broadcasting radio. It was an accident. I was a custodian. I'm really good at what I do. You better believe I'm looking at the floor here and I see that this guy is missing some spots, especially under the toilet. What's up? Yeah. What's going on here, man? I mean, give me some Lysol or whatever it is and I'll make it shine. My start, right? When I was a custodian in Santa Barbara, where I still live with my wife and kids and 4 dogs, I used to listen to, broadcast radio, to shows like the ones that they have here, either Spanish or English. The ones in Spanish, they didn't talk a lot about baseball back then, not a lot about baseball. So I used to listen to this show every Thursday, Hablando Claro. And on Thursdays was Hablando Claro de Deportes, let's talk about sports. But they never talked about baseball or basketball, always soccer and boxing. And so I used to be that caller that calls every show to thinking that those guys knew more than what I did, right? And like one time I was talking, and the next week talking. Like I will call the show as a fan. One day they told me, hey, when you're done, don't hang up. I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, when you're done with your points, whatever you want to say, don't hang up. So I thought they're going to tell me to stop talking or stop calling. I had no idea. They invited me to be part of the show. So they said, hey, if you want to do this segment as your segment, instead of you calling and pretending to be a fan, now you can be Polo Ascencio, our expert in baseball and basketball and football. And I was like, wow. So I said yes. I didn't get a penny from them. They made it very clear. There's no money. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I've been paid an exposure. I understand.
Right. No, I'm like this. I'm not getting paid to take a dump next to you, which is fine. So that's how it started. That's how I got my first word out as a broadcaster, as a radio personality, if you like to say. From there on out, obviously a lot of work, a lot of different situations, a lot of luck, but always pushing forward, always doing something different, always doing something new, always trying to be the next, not trying to be the next big thing, but trying to come up with the next big idea or the next big phrase or the next big shocking part. Like Howard Stern, the movie Private Parts. My favorite part is when they're walking, right, like pig vomit, and the other dude that I forgot his name was like, well, the people from 27 years to 33, they he's number so and so, but they don't like him. But you know what? Most of their answers was, and I need to remember this by heart by now. Basically, they said, they keep listening to hear what is he going to say next. What's the next big shocking thing he's going to say next? That's why people keep listening to Howard Stern back when he was in WNBC in New York. So I'm not Howard Stern. Maybe one day I can be, except for the hair. But that's what I think of. Like, what is the next? If I'm listening to myself, what do I expect from me? I don't want people to know what I'm gonna say next. I want people to think, what is he gonna say next? So that's what I go about. But that's how I got my first break, and from there on out, it's a really cool, interesting story.
We all know that you're a wonderful, amazing expert when it comes to baseball. You just got done telling us about it. Since I'm here with someone who is an expert in sports, named Polo Ascencio, I've created a game I like to call Polo or Nolo.
Polo or Nolo, okay?
So we're going to play Polo or Nolo with Polo Ascencio, and it's a pretty simple game, Polo. Okay. I'm going to give you a term out loud, okay? Because we all know baseball is great, but polo is really America's national pastime.
You mean the sport, like the horse and the thing?
Yeah, you know, a sport you don't need tons of money to learn how to play. It's something that's easy, that every kid in every neighborhood all across the country
I should
super
be
familiar with.
I should be really good at this. I'm just saying.
Great.
You know why? Because where I live, like a mile away, there's a big polo club. The Santa Barbara Polo Club is there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the World Cup has played there a couple of times. Prince Harry comes over and plays polo there. So I'm just warning you. Whatever it is, I'm gonna be great at this. So bring the polo or Nolo.
Well, here it comes. I'm going to explain the rules, and we're going to play. Right. This game is called Polo or Nolo with Polo Ascencio. The game is simple. I'm going to give you terms from the sport of polo. Some are real, some are made up. We're going to see how much you know about polo as I give the terms. If you think the term is real, say polo. Okay. If you think the term is fake, say Nolo. Okay. I'm going to give you 20 rapid-fire questions. 20. And then we'll see just how much of an expert in sports Polo Ascencio really is. Are you ready to play Polo or Nolo, Polo?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, here we go. Your first term, Polo Ascencio, is chucker.
Yes, polo.
That is correct. You are 1 for 1. All right. Your second term, near side forehand.
Polo.
Again, yes, 2 for 2. Great job. This guy knows his polo. Polo knows his polo. All right, number 3, mallet head.
Polo.
Crushing it. Number 4, saddle snipe.
Polo.
Sorry, that is Nolo, my friend. The saddle snipe is something I just made up. All right?
I was thinking about sniper.
You're doing okay so far. I believe you are 4 for 5. Let's go hooking.
What was it?
Hooking.
Nolo?
Sorry, it is not Nolo. It is polo. It's also something I do on the weekends. All right, next, goal smasher.
Nolo.
That is correct. It is Nolo. I made that term up. Yeah. Next, we have a term, knock-in.
Polo.
That is correct. It is a real term, knock-in. Yes. Next up, tail shot.
Ooh, Nolo.
Sorry, that is an actual term from polo. You can hit a tail shot. I don't know if the horse does it or the rider, because I grew up poor.
Whose tail?
It is real. All right, next, polo pie.
That's a Nolo.
That is correct. That is a Nolo. That is something that all the ladies like.
I know they yeah, it sounds like somebody wants to pie me or something.
Sounds like something you're putting in the toilet right now, a polo pie.
Mexican bean pie.
Next up, bump.
Polo.
That is correct. It is a polo. You actually know a lot about polo. I'm impressed. All right, next up, we're getting close to the end here, divot dance.
That's a polo.
I'm sorry, that is fake. A divot dance is something I just made up.
But well, you use the word divot, and divot is part of when when they run and then the dirt comes out in the grass.
I'm sorry, Polo. Arguing isn't going to make you right. That is a Nolo. All right, next up, ride off.
I don't know anymore with you, man. I'm just gonna say polo.
Yeah, you're right. It is real. Ride off is real. Next up, flank master.
That's a Nolo.
You're right. That is fake. Flankmaster just sounds like a steak I want to eat.
Yes.
Next up, penalty 2.
Penalty 2? No. Nolo.
No, that's actually real. I don't know what it means, but it is a real polo term. Horseshoe hero.
Polo.
Wrong again. It is fake. Horseshoe hero is what my dad used to say he was on the 4th of July, about 16 bush lights deep into the party.
Bush lights.
All right. Swing and miss.
That's a Nolo.
That's right. That is a Nolo. That is a baseball term. I wanted to see if you knew what the hell you were talking about. All right. We got 4 left. Rapid fire. Half swing.
Polo.
Got it. Third man.
Polo.
Got it. Line of ball.
Nolo.
Sorry, that is a polo. And finally, quaffle catch.
I'm going to go with Nolo.
That is a Nolo. That is actually a Quidditch term from Harry Potter.
Yes.
And that concludes this segment
Always.
of Polo or Nolo. Let's take a look at the final score.
I did pretty good, I think.
You crushed it, dude. Way to go. Polo Ascencio knows his way around baseball. Wouldn't you know it? He knows his way around.
I told you I live by the polo fields, man.
All right. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Polo, thanks for being here with me today, man. I appreciate you doing the number 2 show, and you are welcome back anytime, brother. You were a wonderful guest, and I can't thank you enough for being here.
No, anytime. It was a pleasure.
And tell people real quick before we let you go where they can find you.
They can find me at home walking my dogs, or on Instagram, Polo's View, Twitter, Polo Ascencio, and also, Balk About It. We have a podcast now with Brooke Grimsley. You can listen to this podcast or watch the YouTube as many times as you want. But remember, just be nice to each other and don't ever give up, because you don't know what the next phrase is going to come out of your mouth, and you never know what the next step in your life is going to be. So take it. Don't be afraid. I wasn't. Rafe wasn't. That's why we're pooping together now.
That's right. So go follow Polo on all of those channels. He's the next national treasure. You heard it here first. Thanks for joining us on the number 2 show.